even if you are somebody that is selling water in the street. Let me just give you a quick example. Let's say you have your own source of water and you have your own special mixture of lemon and mint that you put in your water, but you sell it in the street, right? And people love your water. Imagine you in the streets of Kinshasa and you have your special taste water that only you know how to do. And you go in the morning, 5 a.m., you have your, 120 bottles of water. You have 20 bottles of water, and then you mix them with your own specially made fruit early in the morning. You put them in your fridge, and then when it's time to go, you put them in a geladera, and then you walk in the streets, and then when the car pass, listen, people buy you a bottle of water for $1. They drink it, they're like, wow, that water is good. And then the next day they see you again on their way to work, and they say, yo, give me 2 bottles of water. And now you start building a clientele, right? But now let's say that your bottles are so good that one of the person who bought your water sent their driver to find you so that they can get your bottles of water for home. And the driver finally sees you and he's like, yo, hey, come here. You're like, yeah, what up? He's like, you want some water? I said, yeah, no. My boss told me to buy like 20 bottles. 20 bottles. Wow, amazing. So normally you do 40 bottles, but you sell them through the day. This guy wants to buy half your stock. Wow. So you go in your gel box, you take 20 bottles, and you sell that person half of your stock. And then you have other clients that come and they tell you like, hey, give me a bottle. Hey, can I have 3 bottles? And listen, usually you start working at 8 a.m. and at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. you done selling all your bottles. And imagine that now, because of the success of your bottles, you sell all your 40 bottles by noon, and the rest of the day you don't have stock anymore. So at noon you run home, you make another stock of bottles, you prepare, or maybe you started doing stocks at home, and then you're ready with a new thing. So you start having regular clients, you start having all these cars that pass by, and 2 or 3 of your clients, they want to buy your bottles 10 by 10. They send their drivers to buy directly. So what you do now, if you're smart, at home you create a stock. At home you buy yourself, with the money you made, you buy yourself a big fridge where you can display, let's say, 200 or 300 little bottles of your water. And you also hire an assistant that can go to your stock when the stock is getting small in the street, and they can buy new bottles. They can bring new bottles from the stock so you can sell them. Now, let's say that Your bottle is becoming popular. People talk about it. People want it. So you hire 2, 3 people to sell bottles in other parts of town. And now everybody is talking on Twitter, on Instagram about your bottles of water. And people don't know the brand, but they know it's you selling them. So you have to first find a brand. So you call it Fresh Minty. Boom, brand, logo, paf. You start putting stickers on the bottles so that people know what they are. And it becomes a moment where if you have the vision, this is the moment when you have to start leaving the artisanate to become professional and start scaling up with the demand. Because if you sell 100 bottles every day with all your little clientele and all your little vendors, it's cool. But if people want your bottles, if every kid, when they come out of school, they are looking for the bottles, and now you need to have a few stand in front of all the schools to start really selling and having enough stock to sell for every school, because now your brand is starting to pop, and now you have to build an Instagram to talk about it, have a photograph, start doing some ads, etc. You have to professional your artisanate. So you're gonna have to be able to scale up, and let's say now you are selling 1,000 bottles per day. To create these 1,000 bottles, you're gonna need to leave home, get a little place when you can have all your bottles built with your secret formula. You have to hire people that have a DNA contract, and they can build enough bottles. So maybe it's your family, and now you start building a lot of these bottles, right? But then you get a call. You get a call from Pelou Store. You get a call from supermarkets saying, yo, listen, we want to buy 20,000 bottles every month. We want to do a contract. We'll pay you 50 cents per bottle. And we want to do a contract on the next 2 years to be part of the store. We will put you here, etc. So now you need to have bottles that look professional. You need to understand where you're gonna source your water, source the bottles, and then do your mixture in a factory now. And then after that, you start scaling up, and maybe you become a Congolese sensation, because now you are selling, I don't know, 10,000 bottles of water every hour. Every month, maybe you sell 100,000 bottles of water. You become a success story, right? All this to say that this is something that I didn't see in Zouk and Kizomba. We were artisanate way of working, and everybody just wanted it to stay this way. They want to stay real. They want to stay in the brotherhood. They want all that stuff. And me, I was like, yo, we have to do this. We have to scale up the distribution. We have to do that. We have to go on the internet. Everything I did for me, Sushi Raw, I wanted to do for the rest of everybody. I wanted all the artists to professionalize themselves. I wanted everybody to have microphones at home studios, to learn to do this, to learn to do that, to learn to mix, etc., etc. And everybody told me, yo, stop trying to change our culture. I was like, oh, okay, sorry. And today everybody's crying. And I'm like, well, why are you crying? When it was time to professionalize themselves, to start acting as if it was a business, all of you were telling me that you didn't want it to be a business. You wanted to be art. You wanted it to be kumbaya. So why are you crying to me today?